Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is Sandesh Rai, and we are here at A1 Institute as IELTS Examination Center, and I am an examiner for today's IELTS speaking session. Would you introduce yourself?
My full name is Samira Paudel, and you can call me Samira.
Samira. Uh, would you describe about your hometown? Where do you belong?
I actually belongs from the rural part of Nepal. It's Sangja district and Arjantapari rural municipality, and it is a really beautiful and peaceful place.
Hmm, all right. Right now, I'm going to begin part one, and the topic is related to maps. Do you think it's better to use a paper map or a map on your phone? Why?
I think using mobile phone map is really better than using a paper map because it is portable and we can easily search whenever we go. It is difficult to carry a paper based map. So, in this digital era, I think digital map is more useful.
Hmm. When was the last time you needed to use a map and why or why not?
I uses this map when I go to the Sorankot because I don't know the route, so that's why I use this and it helps me to reach a destination.
Hmm. Right. If you visit a new city, do you always use a map to find your way around? Why or why not?
Yes, obviously there is no other option to go there, so I use always use a map
Mhm.
while traveling, and I don't believe the people who are they show the way, so I trust in map.
Great. In general, do you find it easy to read maps? Why or why not?
Most of the time it is difficult for people who are illiterate and who does not know about the technology, how to use them, how they functioning. So most of the people use easily where they are known about the technology. For rest of that, it is difficult.
Right. We have completed part one. Now let's dive into part two. In part two, it is a cue card session, and I have already sent you questions, and the questions in part two is likewise. Describe an occasion when you had to do something in a hurry. You should say what you had to do, why you had to do this in hurry, how well you do or how well you did this, and explain how you felt about having to do this in a hurry. I'll provide you 1 minute preparation time, and after that you have to speak 1 to 2 minutes. Your preparation time begins now, Samira. All right, your 1 minute time is over. Now please start speaking.
I get a hurried event when it's a 4 month ago when I was in my last semester. It's the last date of my internship application, but at that time I forgot the date and I submit my application at the last hour. The college principal and other internship agency did not deny my application because I was late. The due date is 1 day ago, but I go in the morning hour. after that day. So they are scroll me and try, I don't accept your application, but after a long conversation I convince them to accept me, and I get a chance to do work there by chance. So being careless is uh, being careless can cause several difficulties in life. So it should be necessary to be punctual on your work or any type of task. From that day I gain a lesson of not to be careless and always be punctual and try to give the balanced time for all sector. Don't put much effort on one sector and don't careless the other sector. So balancing is most important things in life. Without proper balance and without managing time, you can achieve any success in life. Additionally, it this is the one worst moment I face in my life, but it gives a lesson which is valuable in my rest of life. So one mistake is also the lesson for future.
All right.
So don't.
Thank you so much, Samira. It's like you have spoken for 2 minutes. Now our part two is over. So you had spoken whole 2 minutes. Now let's begin part three. And in part three, questions would be related to arriving late. Do you think it's okay to arrive late when meeting a friend?
No, I don't think so. This is a really bad idea. Without advance mm, information, delay is not a good idea. So we will be punctual.
All right. What should happen to people who arrive late for work?
For any genuine reason, if they are late, it should be considered. But if they are late because of their one carelessness and other type of things, this is not a good idea. We should punish them if they are in work or otherwise in school. So time is a important things in our life.
All right. Can you suggest how people can make sure they don't arrive late?
Would you ask me, please?
Can you suggest how people can make sure they don't arrive late?
Okay. I would like to suggest that don't be late by using a proper calendar in your phone or use a reminder in your mobile application. It will help you to awake from anything where you distracted. So setting a timetable is good idea to reach in a time.
All right. Is it better to study for long periods or in short blocks of time?
It depends on person. Some person can catch while studying for a short period, but on the other hand, some person did not catch by reading hours and hours. So if you study in the time where your mind is fresh and you can able to catch everything. So study for a few hours is much more beneficial than studying for a longer hour without concentration.
All right. Next question. It would be a second last question. That is, what are the likely effects of students not managing their study time well?
I think it may be due to social media distraction or other stress and other family problem also. Additionally, people get distracted by social media content nowadays by seeing violent video games in mobile phone or using TikTok for hour and hour. This is one of the main reason.
All right. And how important is it for students to have enough leisure time?
I think it is important for student to have a spare time because at that time they can explore themselves by engaging in different type of activities like playing, dancing, as well as uh, they can separate the time for extra activities which help them to broaden their knowledge and widen the horizon. That
All right. Thank you so much, Samira. We have come to today's speaking session. Now let's dive into like feedback session. As we all know, there are four categories for evaluation for providing your score. Number one, fluency. It's like you have spoken in fluent manner. You have given answers in it's like fluent way. That means your fluency was fine. Next one, that is grammar. Again, uh, you have to work on grammar, as there was like some errors like I uses. You told you can use I use or I used. Mm, okay, if it's in past you have used I used, but I heard I uses. No, and after that it's like people who don't. People means already plural. It's used with don't, like that. You were telling people doesn't. People who doesn't, like that. And in part two, if I have to talk about grammar, in part two, this question was in past form, and you were describing in present some of the sentences like I submit or I go or I get a chance. You can use it in past form. I submitted at the time, or I went there. Yeah, or I got a chance. You could have used past form because it's like examiner is seeking your it's like tense as well. He or she would observe, are you able to speak in various tense or not? So try to understand the question and answer in various form. Means you have to work out in grammar. And next one, it's like you're using some connectives, you're using some high level vocabs while giving answers in part three. At the same time, you had to use some common words also. You had to use very bad. You can replace the word very bad with terrible idea, or you can use some high level word and don't use like very good, or you can say fascinating or awarding or alluring. You can use some high level words for good. And uh, as a whole you have spoken well. You had to use some high level vocabularies and pronunciation. You did it well today in pronunciation. Just like I want to tell you one thing, just like one word or two words. You told us like hours, one time, and next time we told it's like a suld eilition. Would you tell sud? It will be better. L is silent. If you pronounce it properly, your pronunciation is fine. And overall, I'd like to provide you 6 out of 9. Thank you so much.